Hey everybody, Scott Spreitzer here, DocSports.com with our update for Saturday, September 22nd, 2018. We are about 14 hours from college football kickoff Saturday, and I've got a free college football play coming up in just a couple of minutes. Hey, listen, if you've yet to become a member over at DocSports.com but want to give it a try, it's a real cool way to do it. All you got to do is click on the link below the video, set yourself up for a free $60 account. You can use that with any capper at DocSports.com, daily packages. You can use it with mine. We're right now 16-5 with the last 21 premium plays, and we'll update those records for you with Sunday's report. Got a couple of games going on right now as we speak. But you can use that on my college football NFL package for the weekend. I've got 5 college football plays for Saturday, including our third 6-unit play of the season. We're 2-0 thus far with 6-unit football plays. I've got my Sunday card, part of the package, available right now, including a big 8-unit play in NFL action, 8-unit total. And by the way, it's my first 8-unit pro football play so far this season. And right now, as we speak, plays rated 6 units or higher, 6 units up to 8 units, perfect 5-0 run as we speak. As I mentioned, 16-5 with the last 21 premium plays and up over $6,000 over the last week or so. The package is available right now. Saturday, Sunday football. You're going to get 8 plays in all. And again, you can use that free $60 account to grab that package at DocSports.com. Major League Baseball will be up on Saturday after 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. Red hot run in the NFL, 6-1, 86%. The first 2 NFL Sundays thus far, don't miss out. Winning Saturday last week in college football, 8 plays up right now. We expect to have a big weekend that we'll be talking about on Sunday night, Monday morning. Go grab those packages now at DocSports.com. All right, let's get to our betting report as we do each and every Friday night, head into Saturday's card, and then we'll get to our free college football play. Joes versus pros. Let's talk about what everybody's talking about. Alabama laying that huge spread, 26.5. right now as we speak over Texas A&M. Listen, the public money, public tickets have been on Bama, about 61% at the book that I'm using, but 64% of the overall money at that same book is on the underdog A&M Aggies, and I get this, and you can see this coming from a mile away. Alabama opens 23. They shoot up to 27 before you can blink an eye last Sunday. Here's the reason why the math experts, so to speak, are on the underdog. The fact is, if you power rate these games, you've got Alabama probably 4 points lower. Believe it or not, that's huge for me. 4 points lower than what the price says it is right now at the book, 26.5. But you've got to factor in the eye test, folks. At least I have, and that's why I'm passing the game. Alabama, just an absolute monster thus far this season. We say it every year. I think this year we mean it. Saban has his best Bama team yet. A&M's a good football team, well-coached football team. But again, I just got to pass this, even though my power ratings agree with the sharp action and the mathematicians and say that this number is just a little bit too high. I just, public's coming in on the favorite. I can't blame them there either. K-State at West Virginia. The Mountaineers laying about 16.5. Total there right around 61. West Virginia opened up 14.5. The public on the Mountaineers, about 58% of the tickets. Sharper money on K-State, about 56% of the overall money. But with the line moving, with the line moving and staying toward West Virginia, I guess I should say, the sharp money must not be high volume at the book I'm using because they've got a lot more action coming in right now on Kansas State than they do on West Virginia, respected money, but yet that number has been moving on West Virginia, which is the public side. Navy laying 6.5, even down to 6 in some books at SMU. Public at last check, 78% on the middies. Sharper money on SMU, tune of 57% of the money on Southern Methodist. This is a situation where nearly 4 and 5 tickets have come in on Navy at the book that's reporting to me, but it's got to be respected money coming in on SMU. And even though that's not part of the package SMU and I'm not playing it, that's the side I would go with, folks. SMU over Navy in that one. Some one-sided betting to report. Second most bet game on the board in college football this week, according to this particular book, is the Stanford-Oregon game. By the way, the most bet game on Saturday, the Alabama A&M game. But second most bet game so far, as far as amount of bets made, Stanford at Oregon, where Stanford has gone from a short underdog to a 2.5-point favorite. The Cardinal have been heavily bet, 65% of the public action, over 75% of the money, all coming in on the Cardinal in this one, and there you get the move. Third most best bet game on Saturday's card as far as tickets are concerned, Georgia and Mizzou, the Bulldogs laying 14-14.5. Now, I just recently saw Jimmy Vaccaro tweet out that over at the South Point late Friday afternoon, they took a little bit of action to lower that number on Georgia. This line opened 14. Georgia's been as high as 15 on Friday afternoon, mostly 14.5. But until I saw that particular tweet at the South Point, a book that I'm using for these numbers, which is at the South Point, had reported one-sided betting on the Bulldogs, over 80% public, over 90% sharp money on Georgia, minus all those points against Mizzou. And a key game in the Big Ten, because a lot of folks, when I do radio, have been asking about this one, Wisconsin laying 3 at Iowa. Wisconsin off the ugly performance last week against a weak BYU team as far as I'm concerned. Wisconsin laying 3, public 50-50 on this one. Sharps on Iowa, 57% of the sharp money so far on the Hawkeyes. Again, Wisconsin laying 3 in that particular game. Hey, that's our report for today as far as the betting report. Free play in just a second. Don't forget, all of my college football plays, all of my NFL plays available right now. Same package. 5 plays from Saturday's college football, including our third 6-unit play. We look to go to 3-0 with those. And, of course, the Friday card is highlighted by our first 8-unit play of the NFL season at DocSports.com. And, again, if you click on the link, get set up for the free $60 account, you could use that on my football package for this weekend or any other handicapper of your choice. Free play for today, we're going to turn to the Pac-12, laying 17.5 with Washington over Arizona State. Listen, ASU, we thought they'd get knocked off last week. They did by the Aztecs of San Diego State. ASU cannot find a running game right now. That puts all of the offensive pressure on the shoulder and on the arm and on the feet of Manny Wilkins. You're not going to beat or hang with Washington if you're a one-dimensional football team, at least in my opinion. I like Washington to win this game by at least 21 to 24 points. They're laying 17.5. Like the way Washington has bounced back since the late loss to the Auburn Tigers. The defense is fierce. I like the offense, and I think they get by Arizona State and Herm Edwards and do so by a spread covering fashion. So Washington minus the points, my free play on Saturday. We'll be right back here late Saturday night. Again, we're going to kick it out early, hopefully by 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, so you have plenty of time to check it out before Sunday's NFL. Don't forget to check us out on Dari and Mel, bright and early Saturday morning, 9:15 a.m. Pacific. 9:15 a.m. Eastern, 6:15 a.m. Pacific time. I'm Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. Let's put Saturday in the win column right back here late Saturday night with Sunday's NFL Report.